Hello, and welcome to the first episode of the Mixed Tag Podcast. This is Dr. Smitty, and with me is my lovely future Mrs. Dr. Smitty, and we are here to talk wrestling. We love wrestling. This is one of our big things that we do together. It's funny because we have completely different opinions on our wrestling. She's definitely more of a face person. I am definitely a heel guy. So hopefully that'll be fun for you guys to enjoy. Where do you want to start, babe?
Doesn't matter.
All right. I guess we can, introduce ourselves. I'm Dr. Smitty. If you guys don't know, I am a YouTuber, family man, comic book writer, and amateur wrestling champion. I'm just going to throw that out there. I've been watching wrestling for many, many years since before the Stone Cold days when WCW was actually relevant. I've been watching wrestling since then. I've definitely gotten back more into it the last few years with my lovely soon-to-be bride. And, I definitely prefer the heels, honestly. There's some good faces out there, but I definitely prefer the heels. So if you see me go off on a rant about, how good heels are and, cheating is not, the worst thing to do because it's scripted anyways, it's all about the talent.
Okay. Well, I am Mrs. Dr. Smitty, or you can everybody knows me by Amber. Nothing really special about me. I don't do any writing or anything. I just leave that up to Dr. Smitty. And I don't know, like, about the whole face comment, but I don't know. I just definitely have my own opinions and like the wrestlers that I like. And I definitely don't recognize all of them as like faces or heels. I just like certain wrestlers and sometimes I don't, just because of how the storyline goes. But besides that, that's it.
Yeah, it's really funny because you are like very storyline driven with your characters. So like that's something interesting. Like that's I guess unique to me because I am just more pure talent, ability, and stuff like that. I don't care about the storyline as much.
Yeah, I need a good storyline. I need a good storyline. Like I know that if I like love a certain wrestler, but they're not in a good storyline or they're just in like a bad position where it makes them look bad, I just don't I just don't like them anymore then until they get into a better storyline.
That is very true, and I think that's why you do hate one of my favorite wrestlers out there, Seth Rollins.
That's not the reason why I hate him.
So, do you want to talk about what's happened this last week in wrestling?
Sure.
All right, let's start with I guess the big event besides Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker for Hell in the Cell. Kane versus Seth Rollins. What are you feeling about that?
Well, number one, like I'm cheering for Kane because I just dislike Seth Rollins. Two, I'm hoping, like I'm really hoping that like the Authority kind of flips it and makes it so that like they stuck the demon on Seth Rollins, but which is like unlikely, I think. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't exactly. I don't know. Have like a. I don't know. I really don't think I'm like gonna guess on like who do I think is gonna become successful because honestly, pretty sure Seth Rollins is just gonna take it home. But for I don't know, to keep the show going maybe because if they give it to Kane, it's gonna be kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. They waited a little bit too long for this to happen. It's definitely not believable that Kane's going to be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I do like that they made him the Demon again. because he's definitely better than Corporate Kane. But
Yeah.
like, it's so unbelievable, like how he just would kick everybody's butt on Raw on Monday, and like like he was getting his butt beat weeks before. It's just not believable.
Yeah, like they gotta build him up good. They can't just flip flop back and forth, because then that gets a little annoying. And then you're just like, okay, well, where you are in the story, like where am I in the storyline? And you're like, what's going on? And they just flip flop them back and forth, where like their credibility just goes down and then goes up and then goes down and then shoots back up. So I don't know. I don't like Corporate Kane. If it's gonna be like corporate, like keep it in the suit, keep it all the ring, but like, like they shouldn't have, I don't know. I personally feel like they shouldn't do that. Like if you're gonna be Corporate Kane, keep him out of the ring and like keep him doing something else, but still in the spotlight, But
I personally think that's what's a big problem with the writing now, is just there's no consistency. I mean, from even Raw to SmackDown, there's just matches that make no sense that are on SmackDown. And on Raw, like that's where the actual storylines play through. And it's just like it's WWE writing in the last probably year has gotten dramatically worse. And I think that the ratings prove that the writings is just gone down.
yeah, I feel that SmackDown is just kind of like, it's like a giant filler show. I hate that, because it's like, okay, they want you to watch Raw, like they want you to watch SmackDown, but it just doesn't make sense. So it's super annoying for, like all of a sudden, for example, for Seth Rollins to just disappear, and go down to hell, and then all of a sudden be back up here for SmackDown, and then like all of a sudden coming back from, for like Raw next Monday, and just doesn't make any sense. And then just like when they're like in the middle of a very intense storyline, all of a sudden like they will pull a wrestler out and have them do a match with somebody else that like has nothing to do with it, and then draw them back in. It's super annoying. And also like when it comes to like the writing and stuff, like I don't like when it gets predictable. I'm a horrible person when it comes to like predicting things, and like, well, when it comes to wrestling at least. And when I can predict that something's going to happen, or whoever's going to win, or how it's going to go down, that's pretty bad. And like, I am hoping that they somewhat pull out something. Like I want something to shock me. Like, for example, Brock Lesnar beating The Undertaker, or Seth Rollins turning. Like, those were shockers to me, but those are like the last shockers that we've had. I need something entertaining. Like, I need to be entertained. I need to be shocked. Like, no matter if I'm going to like it or not, like, just, I don't know, throw me a curveball, because it's getting predictable. It's getting a little boring. Yeah. So
yeah,
right.
I think that's wrestling in general, and I think this is a perfect segue to turn into the fact that I think NXT is getting bigger, is that it is a little bit more unpredictable. I mean, on NXT, Apollo Crews becoming the new number one contender after wrestling for literally like a month and a half. That was a shocker. The fact that he's wrestling Finn Balor, who's also a face wrestler right now, and Apollo Crews is super face, is a shocker. They threw out Samoa Joe, who was the obvious choice to win that, and that was a shocker.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was Tyler Breeze that cheated him, Tyler Breeze has been doing that for months, and it's a nice way to hold him down there in NXT until he comes up, because Tyler Breeze is awesome. I love him. Like he's like a Dolph Ziggler that actually has that cocky, edge to him that's actually believable. Like Dolph Ziggler is just when he first came out with the show off, it just didn't seem quite a match like Tyler Breeze. He plays it so well. The character's done a lot better than Dolph Ziggler personally.
I don't know. Honestly, like I think that I don't know. I kind of think that, like, I don't know. I love Dolph Ziggler. I'm really not a fan of Tyler Reese, only because he kind of just annoys me personally. But I do think that they're kind of doing like too much of like the whole like goody goody two shoes, like with Dolph Ziggler, and like he just really doesn't have like an edge anymore like he used to, because he's just so good and he just pops in and does the right thing, or I don't know. So I don't know. I really don't like what they've done with his character. At the same time, I'm still Dolph Ziggler fan.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. But let's get back to NXT. I know one of your favorite moments happened on NXT with Nia Jax. That's her name?
Yep, Nia Jax. Yeah.
I'm going to personally throw this out there. I think that you are a fan of Nia Jax, especially a little bit more now because she is Polynesian, like my future wife to be.
I do not like everything Polynesian.
A little bit.
No, you think no? I don't like everything Polynesian. First of all, when they were like promoting her, at first, I'm gonna tell everybody, I thought like China was coming back, and I was super excited because I love China. And also like I love, or like I've wanted, I don't know, I've been talking about it for like 2 years now, like how like I want a girl to just come in and start just beating a whole bunch of asses, and like no matter if it's like a woman or a man, like I want women wrestlers, I don't know, to just get in there and wrestle some guy wrestlers. And so like I was super excited because I thought that she was China, like she sounded like China, like I don't know, they showed like her hand and they showed like an eye, like I don't know, so I was like super excited. But then I'm like, in the back of my mind, I know it's too good to be true, because they'll probably never bring her back, but yeah, never, which I'm like super sad because I love her. They should at least put her into the Hall of Fame. Like, come on, guys. Like, just do it. Like, just do it. Put her in the Hall of Fame. She completely deserves it. She does.
Wait. I want to stop you there real quick. It's not the fact they don't think that she deserves it. They clearly know that she does, but they're more afraid of the fact that, if kids are like, who the heck is this China person? When they Google her, porn searches are going to just show up because that's what she did. And WWE doesn't want that, on them, that bad publicity on them.
You know what? If they are too young to like look at porn, then they are too young to be searching the computer themselves. Parental controls, bam, or just look her up for them. Like I don't know. I disagree. Just put her up there, bring her back. Like, not all the time, but just bring her back. If a little BJ slips or whatever, oh well. Like, I don't know. I just really want her back. I don't care what it takes. But anyway, so back to Nia Jax. Super shocked that she is or is plus size. I wasn't expecting that. All the divas all the divas are like small and like, pretty and cute and petite and just small everywhere. And Nia Jax.
Let me jump in real quick. She is 6'1", 200 plus pounds. Mm-hmm. She's man sized. Mm-hmm. She's big. All right, go continue, baby.
Well, no, like what I was saying is just like all like the divas, like they are just small and skinny and just cute and like just itsy bitsy. And like she came out and it was awesome to see that, like they're also looking at plus size women. Gosh, what else was I gonna say? Oh, and like from what I read, or from what we read, like they have big plans for her. Like they plan on moving her up, and she's gonna kind of be like a Karma. And but like from what I know of Karma, the little like like the small time she was in WWE or on Raw or on shows, is that like they were actually planning on her to wrestle men, but never got the chance to. Like she threw around a couple, but like didn't actually have a legit match with them. So I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with their character, and I hope that it's like, I I hope that like they wrestle men. Like I understand they don't want to promote, you know, like women, like, you know, like woman abuse and like, you know, but I don't know. I think it's time for a woman to like come in and take over and actually be good. Like the Bellas are awesome, and I personally love them only probably because I watched the show, so I'm a little swayed in their direction. But at the same time, it's like they are not as dominant like I would want them to be. So, oh, and also I was a little put down because Nia Jax is beautiful, but they did not make her beautiful her premiere, which is kind of sad to me. Like I was expecting, I don't know, something.
That suit was horrible.
Yeah. Her makeup was okay. I don't know. I was just kind of expecting like a bombshell, and I mean, she is beautiful, but I don't know, like the makeup and the hair just kind of didn't suit it, and her, I don't know, her outfit and her getup too. Like I don't know.
Her wrestling suit did not do her any good. It just looked very awkward, just a one piece like suit. Like it's just not flattering.
But then again, she's plus size. So what are you gonna do? You know, you put her in a skinny mini, and then everybody's gonna be like, oh. But then, like, you know, if you put, you know, if you put her in a two suit, like, or if you put her in like a two piece, like, what if something like, you know, slips out? Like, you don't know, you know. So I don't know. Like, I guess like the one piece is a good idea, but like I was just a little let down. I don't know, because I just didn't like it on her. And you can see everything. Like you can see every little nook and cranny, and you know, as plus size women to kind of know, like, you know, you got to hide some stuff.
She's got to wear black.
Okay. Yes, black slims you down, but like if it's still as tight as what it was, it's not going to help. So I don't know. So like, I don't exactly, but then I don't really know. Like, what would I put her in? You know, like I love, oh no, she's not plus size. Yeah, I don't know. But so I'm hoping that she wrestles men. I think actually like the last, if I remember correctly, the last like woman man, like the last like a man woman showdown was actually between Naomi and one of the Usos. Her husband in real life, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they were in a mixed like tag team.
Those don't count.
Yes, they do, because somebody from the Uso side like tagged their girl in.
Typically in those matches, if a woman gets automatically goes in. I think the last time that woman and man actually did anything together was actually Lita when The Rock tagged her in, and she did her moonsault. That's for my memory.
No, because from what I remember correctly, but like I don't exactly know the match, but I know that it happened. What happened was is in real life, her and her husband or her fiance or her boyfriend at the time were fighting. So when he got in the ring, like she was gonna go tag out and then like hit him with a little something, and then got out of the ring and let her like tag team partner, her male tag team partner, come on in. That's how I remember, because they were fighting. And I love that kind of stuff. I'm a girl. I love drama.
Of course you do. Which leads me to what was actually a big shocker to me personally, I know to you, is the fact that he actually announced that Rusev and Lana were engaged in real life, and honestly just cutting that saga like completely short. Like it was completely anticlimactic, and it just ended on a sour note, honestly. It was just, they built up that Rusev, Lana, Summer Rae, and Dolph Ziggler for months, and it was dragging on, and you just ended like that.
I know. I wish that there was like a little bit more flips and turns in that, but because it's about time they got like a love drama up in there, because it's getting boring. It's like just like a big, I don't know, pissing contest pretty much. So I love a little love drama. I honestly think that they should have more, but I don't know. I wish that it was like a little bit more entertaining, a little bit more stuff happened besides like a pair of earrings and a broken wrist or arm or whatever. Honestly, though, I was thinking today at work, Not that I wasn't working, just in case any of my coworkers or, you know, like supervisors or whatever see this. But I was thinking at work, and what if they like decided that they had to end it because that leaked out or because that came out? They like thought that like they had to end it because of that information.
Well, that hasn't stopped them before. There's been times where things have come out and been leaked out, and it doesn't stop anything. Like the WWE typically, they run with the their own storyline. It doesn't matter because honestly, they just don't acknowledge it. But I guess in the way that the writing has gone lately, they're trying to make it more realistic, and like make it like more transparent. So I guess that would make a little bit more sense on them bringing it in. And it's still very odd on how they did it. Like, because they could have had like Rusev deny it or whatever, and drag that on a little bit, and just it ended very just abruptly. But honestly, at that point, like Lana and Summer Rae couldn't fight anyway, so I guess it was time to end it because she's still recovering from surgery.
I know, but like I want them to come back, and like I personally love Lana. I love Lana. Like I hope that they do a little something with her. I hope she gets into a match with somebody that pisses her off. Like I hope so because I love Lana. Yeah, I love Lana. Bottom line. So I hope they do something with her. It's like unfortunate that she got injured. So it made me a little sad, but yeah, I hope they do something with her.
Yeah. So I'm going to touch on two more things. How do you feel about the booking of the primetime players since they've lost their WWE tag team belts?
Say that last part because I didn't hear you.
How do you feel about the primetime players booking, how they've been, shown on TV since they've lost the tag team belts?
They fell off
very quickly. Like I'm a little shocked that they went from, oh yeah, we're the champs, they lost it. They didn't even like truly lose it clean. Like they had a legit beef at getting a rematch. They got it and they lost due to cheating. So that would have given them another chance at the belts, but no, that never happened because of Dudley. Again, I will get back to that later. Like I'm not happy that Dudleys are there. But
the Dudleys go away.
Yeah, but after that, they weren't on TV, and then they showed up, and they're getting squashed by Braun Strowman and Luke Harper. Like that's horse crap. They were the champs. Like at least squash like the Ascension or somebody like that. Doesn't deserve any spotlight Doris, even though I think they split up. They even like really get into them splitting up.
The Ascension?
No, both Matadores.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was going to be like, what? Yeah, no, because last time, like, from what I heard, like, they were on NXT, and then now, oh my goodness, now who was just wrestling? Which one of them was just wrestling?
No, you're thinking of the Lucha Dragons.
Oh, okay. Wow. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
No, and I guess the Matadors, they didn't truly break up, but they beat up the Bull, and then they just left it at that. Like, there's nothing to follow up them beating up the Bull.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Some of the tag team wrestling is getting a little bit, I mean, just the writing in general is getting bad.
Tag team is all over the place. Like, at first, like, they didn't have enough tag teams, and then now they have way too many. They just have way too many, and then, I don't know. I know that, like, I don't know. Primetime players, they fell off. I feel like they shouldn't have just, like, put them on the sidelines like they did. I think the Dudley Boys should just go. Like, the Dudley Boys are awesome. Don't get me wrong. But
they're not needed.
They're not needed. They're not needed. If they were like, if they had to fill something and they were fillers, I completely understand. But they brought back the primetime players together. You know, they got the New Day. Who else? The Ascension they pulled up and like gave a small push to, and then shoved them back down. Who else?
Los Matadores.
Yep, Los Matadores hold their own. They're awesome. You know, like you don't need the Dudley boys. You know, and then the Usos. I hope they come back soon.
They should be back really soon.
Yeah, I hope so. I miss them. Who else? Yeah. So there's like
Polynesian.
No, it's not because they're Polynesian. Okay, because that's not the only tag
thanks for
team
proving
that
my point for me.
No, that's not the only tag team that I like. It's not the only tag team that I like.
Yeah.
But I do miss them because I don't know, they just bring a little something extra into it. So
yeah.
So yeah, now they have too many tag team there are too many tag teams, not enough people. Let's talk can I like touch base on the New Day like just for a minute? They suck. New Day sucks.
They rock.
They suck. They were funny. Like they were hilarious in the beginning. Big E is hilarious and Xavier's like annoying and Kofi's just right up in the middle trying to be, you know, I don't know, the middleman, I guess I should say. But now they're getting a little too annoying, a little too ridiculous. You know, like when they brought the trombone in, that was funny. When they brought in the hip move in, like that was funny. Now they need to do something different or just like, I don't know, like they need to do something different because now they're straight up getting annoying. Like Xavier, like he was there to like, you know, with that voice. Oh my God, won't stop. He was supposed to be there and that was funny. And now it's just like, I've had too much. Put your trombone down. Like just, I mean, like you got to do something different. Like I understand.
I think, honestly, for me, they lost me at the trombone. Like it was really funny, and I think that the WWE, because they were like so hot, like they started giving them a little bit too much leeway, and some of their stuff is getting dumb. Like I don't need to hear a grown man say booty as much as Big E does, even though every once in a while when he says it, it's kind of funny, but like it's just like come on, like. And then Kofi's trying to dance now because like Big E's dancing. I'm just like no, okay. You're just trying. You're not as funny as you were because it seemed just so natural. Now they're just pushing it a little bit too much.
Yeah, like they're sorry to interrupt you, but they're trying too hard to be funny when they were naturally funny in the first place.
Yeah, and I still think they're funny. They still, for the most part, are funny to me personally. I do think that the times they go over, it does take away from it. But in the end, the New Day was a experiment that was going to fail, and they turned it around.
They did, and I think it's just because they put Big E in the spotlight as more of a comedian person, and I think that's what helped them the most. And by the way, like they had you at the trombone, like. Come on, you were cracking up laughing on our couch when they brought that out too. So you can't really say that. I'm calling you out for that. I feel that like you are, I don't know, like New Day all the way, no matter what kind of instrument they bring out, just because of Big E.
Don't you dare be sour.
See how like in the beginning it was funny for you to say that, and now it's just like, you need to stop.
That's because you hear it at home too much.
Oh my God, I hear it all the time. I hear it all the time. Sometimes you can be funny, just like the New Day, but then every other time it's like.
I think I do it because I love that I can actually impersonate that voice to a T. And
that's why you're like New Day all the way is because of Big E. So I don't know. I'm calling you out for that. I think you enjoy the trombone. I'm pretty sure that if I went on your history, you were trying to probably buy one online or something.
Okay.
Like just walking around the house with it, clapping your hands and whatnot. I think that would.
No, okay. I admit that I did like the trombone, but I only liked it because they actually started doing like funny songs with it. Now they're just blowing it all the time, and it's just random stuff, and it's just like, okay, this trombone's done.
Yeah, they definitely need to mix it up because now it's just getting annoying. And like, I don't know if they're they could be purposely doing that. Like, oh, let's have these people hate these, like hate this tag team because like people were like, they were digging New Day. So now like, you never know, like writing could be like, let's just annoy these people to the point where,
Well, they are heels, so they are, their job is to have people hate them.
True. Maybe that's why they keep on doing what they're doing, so that people start to hate them because they were on top of the world, like for a little bit. So, yeah.
Yep. So, is there any other discussions you want to jump to? Because I know we can talk for hours about wrestling. We could talk about how Ryback sucks and Kevin Owens was the right choice as IC champion. We could talk about John Cena taking a leave of absence at the end of this month. So who's going to get the championship? But we could save that till next week.
I do. We have to definitely talk about Hell in the Cell coming up. And we have to talk about Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker. We have to do that because, we just have to do that.
Okay, we're going to definitely talk about Hell in the Cell next week because I'm going to make some predictions. And I want it on tape so when the next week comes and I'm like, perfect, I'm like, okay.
Isn't Hell in the Cell this weekend? Or am I just off a week?
You're off a week because Brock Lesnar is going to Raw on Monday, and then they're going to do Hell in the Cell the following week.
Okay, never mind. So I'm off a week. Sorry, guys. But I don't know, I just would like definitely like want to touch base on like where everything is right now with Hell in the Cell. I just want to talk about Hell in the Cell.
I want to talk about Hell in the Cell. I think there's how many matches are confirmed? They have the tag team match between Luke Harper, Braun Strowman, and Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton.
I hate that new guy.
Braun Strowman?
I hate him. He's a filler. He's like the black sheep. Like, I don't like him. I feel that his little finisher is ridiculous. I feel that they pushed him up for they pushed him up and expected people to buy a little bear hug, and I just don't like it. I hate him. He needs to leave. And then what are they going to do Oh my gosh. I am forgetting names now. What's his name, babe? Like, who's
Eric Rowan?
Eric Rowan, thank you. Sorry. When he comes back, like, what are they going to do? Are they going to do like sheep against sheep, or like, what are they going to do? I don't know. But
that would suck because Eric Rowan just was not at that level. He was getting beat all the time by anybody that was remotely his size.
I know, but like that whole backstory and everything was there. Like the Wyatt family, like the whole backstory. He started with them. Like he was the weird one that didn't he was just, the backstory was there enough for me to like keep on liking him no matter if he got beat or not, because he can kick some butt. Like you can't deny that. This black sheep, like he just swoops in and then all of a sudden is just hugging people to death. Like, come on. I don't like I want him to go away. And he's not in the presence too. The presence, like Bray Wyatt has it down, but the other two, they don't. Like they either, I don't know, they don't have like stage presence like you should. And I don't know, I really honestly think too that they broke up the Wyatts too soon. And that
that's why they're back together.
I know, but it's just too late. You broke them up, like you did different things with them, and then now you're just gonna put them back together. Like that's not how it works, So I don't know. Like I hope that.
I think they're going to do it because they might have the Eric Rowan thing and have some family dissension between the family. See who's going to take whose side.
But they've already done that.
I know, but at least it's with 4 people now.
Well, one of them's an idiot, so he doesn't count. Like, I just hope that they just take him away. I don't like him. There's no backstory. How does he fit in with the family? He's just another brother that just decided to come up in there. I don't know. Another thing also, Sister Abigail.
I know where you're going with this.
Where are you? I'm waiting. I want to meet this sister because I mean, like, his finisher is after her. Like I want just a woman to come up in there and destroy everybody in WWE. That's what I want. And the New Day would be first on my list to just. Yeah, I want somebody to come up in there, but Sister Abigail, like, I'm waiting. I am waiting. I want to know where you are. Come on in. I want to meet you. So I think that WWE should get on that.
No, that's never going to happen. I thought you would pick the Ascension because they're useless.
They're already useless. So why do I have to whack them when they're already like, meh? Like, get the New Day out of there. They're annoying.
They're not annoying.
They are annoying.
They're annoying, but you need the New Day. You do.
Why do I need the New Day? I have you in my, like, in the back of my mind all the time, saying what they say and, like, doing what they're doing and marching around the house with your fake trombone. Like, I do not need no more.
I don't do that. Okay, don't make up stories now. Don't make up stories. But anyways, you need the New Day because, honestly, the tag team division won't be the same without New Day. I mean, who are you going to... Those are all face teams. You need a heel team.
Oh my goodness.
You need a heel team, and they're it.
Primetime
Unless
player.
you're going to turn the Usos heel.
No, you can't turn the Usos heel. Oh, you could, though. You could. They would be kind of. They'd be. I don't know. I think that'd be good turning the Usos heel. I think that would be like a new little twist. Why don't they just have the primetime players be like, I don't know, heels?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the problem with the WWE is just like there's not a balance of heels and faces right now. Like there's way too many heels and not enough faces. Like your main faces that have any credibility are Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Randy Orton, and John Cena. That's it. You're not.
John Cena's taking a leave of absence, so like, what the heck?
And then Randy Orton's not going to be in a title picture anytime soon. And neither are, honestly, Dean Ambrose or Roman Reigns.
Sheamus?
That's why I think that's why Kane is there, because they have nobody.
Yeah, but they're gonna, okay, so like here's the thing, okay, because Sheamus has the Money in the Bank.
Yep.
Okay. But then sooner or later, Triple H is gonna come in. So how are they gonna do that? Like, are they gonna have what do you think? Are they gonna have like Triple H come in? Be hating on Roman Reigns. Oh my gosh, sorry, you can tell I'm tired. Seth Rollins, and then have Sheamus cash in on him. Like, I don't know. I think
it's gonna be a while until Sheamus cashes in. I would not be surprised if it wasn't until after WrestleMania that Sheamus cashes in. I think that. Well, and that's when Sheamus's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 comes out is next year, so that would come perfect time for that. And at the same time, I think that will give what I'm predicting will be the 3 Shield members facing at WrestleMania, and then after they beat the crap out of each other, Sheamus is going to cash in after like the rematch of them 3 wrestling.
I hope they don't do that. That storyline is so far gone, like that. I don't know. I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't do like the Shield, like all in one match, because that storyline is so long gone. They've had so many matches with, Dean Ambrose, with, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Like, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are brothers, and like they're against the world. And they've done that so many times between all of them, and have gotten so many unnecessary people involved in that little, that little tiss. And so now it's over and it's done with. I hope they don't bring it back. It would be super cool. And like they did even like unite them for like 2 seconds. Like what was it on that Raw or on that you know what I'm talking, like they united them for like a couple seconds. It was at the pay-per-view. It was at the pay-per-view. Like they united them for couple seconds, you know, and then it was over and done with. So I hope they don't bring that back. But I hope that when Seth Rollins, God, he's such a little bitch. When Seth Rollins wrestles Triple H, I hope Triple H curb stomps the shit out of Seth Rollins. I hope that he does. I hope that they bring back the curb stomp just for a minute, you know, just to hurt him with his own, you know, hurt him with his own finisher and then move on.
See, that's where Seth Rollins' momentum seriously died, is when they killed the curb stomp. He was on fire until they killed the curb stomp. And honestly, like, he still had some momentum, but it completely died off after that. I mean, he's still a great wrestler. It's just that curb stomp was the thing that made him actually seem legitly like can beat up somebody much bigger than him. I mean, when he curb stomped Brock Lesnar, he curb stomped the crap out of Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar can sell a curb stomp. He was bleeding out Brock Lesnar, he gets touched on his freaking forehead, he's bleeding, but
Seth Rollins didn't do shit. He didn't do anything at all.
Okay.
Nothing. We're going to get into this. Okay, he cannot do anything by himself without mommy and daddy sitting there doing it with him. He has done nothing by himself. He hasn't proved anything by himself. He hasn't won any matches by himself, okay?
You must forget the Royal Rumble last year.
Jumping in. No. Okay, it's all been the authority jumping in for him and saving his
authority last year.
Or it's the authority like weakening his opponents beforehand. So when they do get in the ring, they're already spent. Okay, so like Seth Rollins, all he has to do is like flick him in the ear and they fall down and pin him and he's good. Okay, like no. Okay, he hasn't proved anything that he can do anything by himself. He hasn't proved anything without the authority, you know, holding his hand. So it's about time that mommy and daddy are flipping it on him, you know, and like just letting him like, you know, do. Personally, I hope that they screw him over because he hasn't proven anything. He hasn't proved that he can do anything by himself. He hasn't proved that he can win a match by himself, or he hasn't proved that he can win a title by himself. You know, the only reason why he has a WWE title is because of Stephanie and Triple H, and that's it. Because mommy and daddy sat there and helped him wipe his ass, and now he can't do it by himself. So I don't know. Like I'm hoping. I hate Seth Rollins. He can't until he can like actually prove himself and stand up and not look like a little biatch. I don't like him.
See, and that's how you can tell you're definitely a storyline person. You can't see past the storyline to see his actual talent. And two, I swear a lot of people don't remember that when he wrestled, it was John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and him in a triple threat match at WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble last year. He took out Brock Lesnar. He took out John Cena. And if it wasn't for Brock Lesnar playing possum outside with his quote unquote broken rib, he would have won that match. He dominated. He owned John Cena, and he even owned Brock Lesnar for parts of that match.
Maybe he owned their little figures that you can buy at Target, but he did not own no freaking match whatsoever.
You must not remember that match. I'm going to have to play that match for you.
If you remember correctly, the Authority with his little J&J Security, if I remember correctly.
They were out there.
That was before that?
That was before that.
But he had Big Show?
Nope.
Yes, he did. He had the Authority like weakening them.
There was no authority in that match.
They did. No, he hasn't proved anything. The minute he gets, listen, okay? The minute he gets out of the authority and can actually prove that, like what he's doing without mommy and daddy, okay? Without King, without Big Show and his knockout punch or whatever you want to call it, without J&J security, without any of like authority's little gremlins stomping around doing his work for him. Like if he can legit get in a ring by himself without the authority and John Cena and Brock Lesnar, guarantee, then I'll give him the credit and the praise that he deserves. But besides that, curb stomp or not, which curb stomp I have to say was badass. But no, he doesn't do it for me. He hasn't proved anything for me. He hasn't proved that he's like a decent wrestler and he can carry on a match. But he hasn't proved to me that he's like good enough to do it by himself. So until then, I'm not giving him the credit, and he does not deserve the WWE World Heavyweight Championship or belt or whatever.
The way that they booked him, he looks horrible. He looks horrible, and that's the one thing that people gripe about now is that they have degraded the World Heavyweight Champ, because I understand they're trying to tell a story and all that stuff, but it's become embarrassing on how tarnished they make that championship, because even in like the matches, he will look great. He looks great against John Cena, but he's still, he barely wins, or he has to cheat to win, or John Cena wins clean, and it's just like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh my gosh,
bad writing.
And don't get me started on John Cena, because I am a huge John Cena fan. Okay, but I hate that he's an awesome wrestler, but I hate they've weakened him, or like he just doesn't perform like he used to. He doesn't pull out all those moves that he should all the time. Like I feel that like sometimes with certain wrestlers, he gets really lazy and it's just muscle against muscle and no like techniques, no moves, no no strategy behind it, nothing. It's not really entertaining. It's just a match. But then when he gets in the ring with Kevin Owens, when he gets in the ring with Seth Rollins, their matches are amazing because he pulls his stuff like out from under his sleeves. And, I don't know. I'm like really disappointed in John Cena. And then also kind of like flip me is when like John Cena was wrestling Brock Lesnar, and I hated Brock Lesnar because of what happened with The Undertaker. Now I'm a complete Brock Lesnar fan, and John Cena just annoys me. So I'm really disappointed in John. I really am.
Podcast because it's getting a little bit late, but well, thank you guys for watching. We don't really have a sign off, but make sure you watch more podcasts, because our podcast is straight money in the bank. Next time, make sure you guys get your wrestling on. Peace.
Bye.